Hey, that looks good. Are we
Looks
there
good.
yet, boss? Are we there
Yep, we're
yet?
there.
We are there. Hey, everybody. Hello again. Welcome aboard our weekly Starship, the on-screen SBAU Astro Hour. It's a regular Monday morning feature, an astrophysics vlog for the Santa Barbara Astronomical Unit. That's Santa Barbara, California's longtime telescope and astronomy club. And I'm going to be your initial host, Ronnie Herron, and I'll introduce you to the president of the club and other members of the crew in a minute. We are the home of Alex Filipenko, who's coming back to town. Our prodigal son will visit us here on the night of Friday, October 3rd. Here's what we'll cover today for episode 235 of the Astro Hour, the week of August 25th through the 31st. There's an asteroid out there with a slight chance of hitting our moon. If it does, it's a good chance we may see the whole thing. The Webb telescope just gave us a new moon for the seventh planet with that silly name. We keep changing the name from Uranus to now Doug. There's a big body of something out there about 20 light years away and 13 times the size of Jupiter, which
Yep.
may not be a brown dwarf, but a rogue planet. Going to talk about that. Good news, Pluto and Neptune will never collide. I'm going to get to sleep again, thank God. What the heck's a horseshoe orbit? Or a tadpole, for that matter. One of our favorites, sitting near Sagittarius, Scutum, Serpens, Cauda, is M17, the Swan Nebula.
Ah,
And in
ah,
far north, I'm sorry, what did I say wrong?
nothing.
No,
Nothing.
Tim
Oh,
likes it.
I love it.
all right. In far north, Pegasus, NGC 7331, the brightest member of the Deer Lick clan of galaxies. Listen, check us out online at sbau.org or in real time. Come visit us. Come join us at the Santa Barbara Museum of Natural History for our first Friday meetings of the month and our second Saturday outdoor at night star parties. Let's meet the gang in charge, shall we? Jerry Wilson, how are you, my friend?
Good
President,
morning.
Captain
And let me give
Zoom.
a shout out to my team. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, Calvin, and good morning, Riley, grandkids.
That's your team. I thought we were your team. We're missing.
You're
We're
my
missing.
on-screen team.
We also have some of your homeowners that may be watching us. You talked to them a couple months ago, and I was out
Yeah.
there for that luncheon and turned them on to excitement, and they all wrote it
Sure.
down. He's married to the very lovely, very supportive Pat Forgy, and also married to an awesome Pat is Chuck McPartland, our outreach coordinator for SBAU, in front of the Ukraine flag, in charge of most of the events. Pat McPartland is the merchandise manager who's taken on treasurer duties, and she's definitely, along with, well, I don't know about Chuck, but she's going to heaven. Uh, Tom Whittemore joined us
Morning.
after Tim Crawford. I'll do Tom first. He's married to Maureen, editor of the paper. Tom, good to.
Morning.
I smell sourdough. I'm ready for my Christmas gift early. A former instructor out at Westmont College, and his wife used to help me take blood out of my body years ago at the anticoagulation clinic. Bruce is not with us today, but Tim Crawford is. There he is. Maybe our December speaker, one of them. You never know with the guy if we can get him to come out of his shell before he gets too old and topples over. President Lens and
Good luck.
Telescope. You know what I'm going to ask on the night, if you guys don't think this is too sensitive, I'm going to ask Alex Filipenko. You were a young man in the 70s. Did you listen to the Baron Ron Aaron on KIST?
Probably did.
I'll bet he did. Or he was a K-Tide guy or a nerd or
Everybody knew you, Ron.
I
Everybody
don't.
knew you.
I guess we went to Galita. Anyway, we got stuff to talk about, including the sillies. We kick off every show. This is number 236, or is it 235? It's 235. Next week will be 236. We're halfway through the fifth year, guys. Time for our silly cartoons. President Jerry's forwarded thought provokers in the form of, if an alien in a galaxy 65 million light years away is looking at us through a telescope right now, then they're looking at dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I don't remember this coming to me, but that's a good thought provoker. Interesting stuff. Okay, this is little Jason, who is the shorter one on the left with the glasses, and his older sister. And apparently, what is he, musing about the cosmos? And he tells her, the universe is a mystery. How can we know if we are No, that's the bear. I'm doing the wrong one. Where are we at? Says, I just had a cool realization. She says, about what? Jason says, well, as you probably know, all the constellations we see are determined by our vantage point in space relative to visible stars. Since there are essentially a near infinite number of stars out there and vantage points, it stands to reason there'd be a near infinite variety of possible constellations, wouldn't you think, as well? Which means it's likely that somewhere in the universe you can see stars spelling out the words, Jason is great. Man, I want a spaceship so badly. And she says to him as she's eating the watermelon, doesn't that mean there'd also be a place where stars spell out, Jason is a dweeb? And he rethinks it. I need to stop sharing my realizations. And she says, now I want a spaceship. What
God.
is it? What's the name of that cartoon? Does anybody know?
Oh, I forgot.
Jason and Sister or whatever? I've never seen
Jason
it.
and the astronaut.
Foxtrot. Foxtrot.
Foxtrot is what it's called? Okay. I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Black and white. Plateaus, the highest form of flattery. You're adding stuff, Mr. President, that we didn't get to see.
I did. I
But
had.
that's okay. It's
I hit a
pleasant.
mother load the other night. And it was too
Did you
tired to
really?
send it on. I
Well,
thought the fun would be appreciated.
all right. What is this? A man running in a snowy forest? So did you see the man running into the woods, or do you see a dog?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Can you make it any larger, or I
How
don't
large
think
do
it's.
you want it?
That's
It's not
good
washed out.
pareidolia.
Is there a dog in the picture?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, there's his nose and his mouth and ears.
Oh,
I saw
it's,
the dog first.
Yeah.
superimposed on his.
Actually, I saw the guy first and then realized it was a dog. That's interesting.
Yeah, I did too.
But is it snow in the picture, or am I just seeing a
Oh, this is snow.
whiteout? Huh?
He's
It is
coming up
snow.
the path.
Okay, got it.
What did you call this, Chuck?
Pareidolia?
What is that?
That's where you see patterns in things, familiar patterns.
Oh,
Right. And Jerry, you gave a talk on this years ago. On Monday.
huh.
Yeah. You brought
Really?
that topic up. Yeah, pareidolia.
Pareidolia. I'm going to look
Yeah,
that up.
looking for patterns.
Yeah, looking for patterns. It's a strength
Okay.
and a weakness of human signal processing.
Here's what happened. They invented a time machine. Unfortunately, it was a plug into the wall with 110 volts. Finally, it's done. And they go back, 70 million years to
65
Jurassic
million.
65. Well, that was the year that the dinosaurs were wiped out. Is that Jurassic? Is that when the T-Rex, part of the big wipeout?
That's Cretaceous.
Yeah, KT boundary.
Gotcha.
They've
Well,
got
anyway,
a new name for it now. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Yeah.
about what? How many years ago do you think? How many millions did the T-Rex
65.
dominate the Jurassic era? When is that?
That's earlier, but I don't
Earlier.
think that I'm not sure that was T-Rex.
Right.
No,
T-Rex
T-Rex
is
was a later
Cretaceous.
Oh,
dinosaur.
now I get this. I didn't get it.
They can't
Oh,
go home, Tim.
Yeah. I'm sitting there going, well, why doesn't he? Oh.
That reminds me of a cartoon I saw when I was in graduate school. It showed people in front of this great big IBM computer, and it was the ultimate computer ever built. And it could solve any problem, and you ask it any question. So they asked it the ultimate question. They said, "Is there a God?" And the computer looked over at make sure no one is standing near the plug, and it said, "There is now."
Well, in reality, if we had a time machine and it went back 65 million years, it'd end up in a cold spot somewhere in the galaxy where the Earth was back then.
Yeah.
Would not be good. All
And
right,
that
You
here's
have
the
to
little.
really plan ahead.
Yeah, that little detail is often overlooked in these time travel sci-fis.
Okay, if you want to, I have this written down. I was starting to read it to you just in case this wasn't big enough. If you could enlarge it, I'll read along. Here's a bear this time contemplating the cosmos, and it's about middle-age spread. Actually, he says, the universe is a mystery. How can we know if we are small or gigantic? Whatever we are is constantly changing. And this is, damn it, why you can't find pants that are freakingly fit. My God. Happens to all of us. There you go. And he's kicking the pants off. All right.
You know Oh, I guess that's the end.
You have a comment on this?
Yeah, these kind of things got me thinking about size, and size is all relative, and a lot of things seem to make up theories of the universe that are just crazy just to see what happens. And I thought, well, I can make up a crazy one. And I thought, what if the universe is modulo size?
What does that mean, modulo?
That means if you in Pong, the game Pong, if your ball goes off the screen on the right, it immediately comes in the screen on the left. That is, it can't get out of the screen. So to be modulo size, it means very, very tiny things. As you shrink down lower and lower and lower, all of a sudden you come down from being large and large and large and then sinking back down to our regular size. Follow that, or?
My own tendency is to think of endlessness in all directions. It just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller,
Yes.
infinitely smaller. An atom might be the size of the universe to something down there that's even smaller that
That's
will never
similar.
be.
That's similar.
Yeah. It
There's
doubles
something
back
to
on
it
itself.
about that. The
It's
tempest.
the only way that's the only way we can contemplate infinity is the doubling back, the merry-go-round, or walking around the earth that you
Oh
just
no,
repeat.
after several math classes, I gave up on trying to imagine infinity.
Well, I should probably introduce the gentleman joining us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Murdoch is now with us, married to the lovely
Hello.
Bonnie. How are you, Bruce? Also president of the Santa Barbara Theatre Organ Society. Welcome aboard. We now have a quorum. Six
I
ugly.
finally found my login information. It was stuck up in my corkboard.
For Christmas, we're going to get you a laptop that does all of this.
I was thinking about buying one, but I have a laptop that's 20 years old or more.
Well,
I never
check it.
use
It probably has a lens on it.
They're just getting
No, it
good.
doesn't. It doesn't. It has one USB port. It's a Dell computer. It was a lot of money when I bought it, but it can't hold the biggest hard drive it can talk to was a 40 megabyte hard drive, and
That
Jerry,
probably wouldn't even load Zoom.
yeah. Years ago, when we were all meeting at that little cafe over on Santa Barbara Street, Jerry gave me his last PC, and I took it home, and it sat here for years, and I toy with it and try to work it, and I never could. Finally, I left it out on the curb, and it was gone in 2 hours. Hope somebody's enjoying it. Lots to talk about, gents. Welcome aboard, Bruce. Part of the conversation. Getting ready for Ish Call on September 5th. Young grad student at UCSB. Something about galactic rain. Otherwise, everybody's healthy and happy.
Yeah.
And our commander-in-chief is now trying to stack things up and get us going. You started in the order of your talking points, the asteroid about to hit the moon, maybe?
Yes.
5% chance.
Yes, I keep reading these things on the internet that the chance of something hitting the moon, this object, is about 4.7%. And I keep writing back to them. I said that's a 95.3% chance it's going to miss. But they like the sensationalist stuff, and so, but I'd bet on missing. But anyway, if it hit, this guy wrote a paper. This group of people wrote a paper, and I think it was published in the Astrophysical Journal. Their results. They did some computer analysis and assumed that it would hit, not to predict whether it's going to hit or not, but they said they assume it's going to hit. There's an 85% chance that it'll hit on the side of the moon facing us, so we'll all see it. But they tried to estimate what would happen. Would the Earth be in danger from all the crap thrown up and from the explosion? I forget the diameter of the impactor, but I think it was quite substantial. So anyway, I won't be able to find it out in there, but it's in my talking points. If one of you see it.
Jerry,
Yeah.
you sent us an email or a video, a YouTube video, 20 seconds of an impact that
Yeah.
happened on the moon.
Yeah, and that's the impact I'm going to talk about here. because what they
Okay.
did is they went back through, this is a still, and we'll get to the video.
By the way, Jerry, they're saying in there in your talking points 50 meters across for the
Thank you.
impact.
Thank you. Which that's the one from 2019, or that's the one that's going to hit?
That's wire 4. The new
Okay,
one.
okay, good, thanks. So 50
50
meters
meters.
is not to be sneezed at.
God, that's 150 feet, 160 feet.
Yeah, it will be, now this guy, this one we're looking at here, this one is an impact that was recorded in a video and on still frames. And I think it was a 5 meter or something, it was much smaller, but they scaled it from this to the relative size and the relative impact speed. And they estimated from this hit, they scaled it up to what might be happening in 2032, I think it was.
Yeah, this one was only half a meter.
Half a meter, okay, yeah. So this
And
one produced,
it looks like it was a guy doing a lunar occultation because up farther along the limb, you can see a star that's about to wink out.
yeah, right there. Yep. So anyway, this guy, Jamie Cooper, took these pictures, probably still frame from a video, and they scaled it up. And the bottom line is not that it's scary, but we're pretty much safe. It's going to create a lot of debris. It's going to leave a crater about 100. What was the size of the crater? Anyway, it's going to leave a substantial crater. This one in 2019 did not leave a substantial crater, but it's going to throw up quite a bit of debris, that most of which is going to fall back to the moon. And some of it is going to be, it's all going to be fairly small stuff, baseball size or lower. And most of it will be down around the size of marbles or grains of sand. And that stuff will all burn up in the Earth's atmosphere when it gets to us.
But it doesn't on the moon, of course.
It falls back on the moon,
Yeah.
but the impactor leaves a big crater.
They're saying a kilometer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. About a kilometer
Wow.
across. So it's going to be hard to spot from the Earth.
You're not going to get any lava?
No.
Whatever's there when it hits, that's what it's going to hit.
So we'll just see a lot of
If it hits
moon
in the
dust.
sea, then you'll get lava. That'll be hitting lava.
Wow.
Wonder
Okay.
what they'll call it.
Well,
Uh,
we've discovered YR4. They'll probably, oh, it might have been an automated system though.
Are you saying call what they're going to call the crater?
In the
Yeah,
crater,
what are
yeah.
they going to call the crater? Maybe Little Boy 2?
Yeah.
Well, you know how YouTube, when it determines its AI, what you're looking at, and it starts sending you videos like that? Because I opened that video you sent us, Mr. President,
uh-huh.
I got one in my inbox or my YouTube screen today of a collision in December. Is that the one we just saw, or was there another one?
That's what we're just talking about here.
December was when it happened of the last year?
Oh no, this is talking about YR4 would hit in December.
Oh, I thought it showed a collision. It said all it said was December 14th or 16th or something like that. So that's when it's happening. Okay, got it. Fascinating stuff, this universe we live in. That's why we love it, guys. What's next on the big screen from the Astro Hour?
Okay, right
There's
where
the-
the arrow's pointing, you'll see a spot. See that?
Yep.
Okay, that was the impact in 2019, January 24. And this is the impactor. And there it was again at 1/8 speed. And so let's go back. This is the impact that they gathered data on from the magnitude measurements here. They estimated the total energy output of the thing and scaled this collision or this impact to what is likely to occur in 2032. And that's where they got the results. But we're basically safe, so not to worry.
I always felt
Satellites.
I I always felt, Jerry, that if somebody wanted to write a really good sci-fi novel, that instead of making it that all this the the near Earth objects were going to hit us, have it hit the moon. That would really be scary because if you survive here on Earth easily and the moon gets struck by something huge, it changes everything. No more tides, no more weather, no more.
Oh, if
Oh,
it
you'd have to
destroys the
have,
moon,
it would be hard to get rid of the moon.
yeah.
Turn it
Good.
into a ring.
Okay,
Aha.
moving on.
Uranus.
This is a James Webb Space Telescope. You can see the characteristic diffraction pattern that is unique to James Webb, showing Miranda being very bright. And this is the new one. It's the 29th moon for Doug here. The other 28 are not shown here, but the brighter ones are. And this shows the ring that is around. This is taken in the near IR cam. Yeah, right down there, near IR camera. So this is about 1 micron. It's shorter than short wavelength IR, but it's longer than visible wavelengths.
Is that new moon on the edge of the ring?
That's the new moon there.
Is it like a shepherd?
I don't know about that. It's pretty far from the moon. I mean, certainly the rings feel the effects of these moons.
That's why you see that layered structure.
Yeah. And there
That
might be
moon has
shepherd
been
moons in there.
that moon has been there all along, and we just found it. Is that the case, or has it
Yes.
just been collected?
No, that's believed to be the case, just what you said. It's been there all along. But they got a long way to go before they get over 200 moons of Saturn and compete with that one.
But all the gas giants out past Saturn do have rings. They're just nothing in comparison, are they? They're hardly visible.
Yeah, they're very low mass rings.
But they're all the same process. Some moon that got destroyed and turned into a jillion pellets. Is that how
Yeah.
they're made?
Pretty much.
That's called the ring is something that is not very strong that got inside the Roche limit for the planet. And planet's differential gravity on each side of the moon pulled it apart.
And I guess it doesn't happen to rocky planets like us.
Sure, it would.
If we get close enough, it would happen.
Yeah.
We'd get a ring around Earth. That's
Yeah,
our-
the moon, we had a ring around the Earth for a while after the
Yeah.
impact that formed the moon,
Mhm.
And that ring turned into the moon.
or fell back down onto the Earth.
Right.
Yeah.
And this thing,
All that stuff collected, coalesced.
the amount of debris that the impactor would put up would form a very slight ring. The major effect on it, even though we're safe, it's going to do a shotgun effect on our satellite systems.
Yeah.
And so you're going to find satellites aren't going to be slammed and dramatically explode like in that movie Gravity or something it's called.
Right.
But they're going to pick up a lot of micro hits on their solar panels, and their electronics will be affected. A lot of satellites will go dead.
And
So the new-
speaking of Roche limits, currently there's a bunch of stuff going around with occultations of Quasar and its ring system. In addition to having, I think, a couple of moons, it has a ring system. And with a recent occultation, they think maybe they just discovered a new ring around it.
Hmm.
That would bring it to 3 rings, and they're outside the Roche limit. So everybody's kind of flapping around trying to figure out why that's there.
That sounds like a collision to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like a 3-ring circus to me.
Yeah.
So
this new
Quasar-
moon. Go ahead.
Quasar is out in the Kuiper belt, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's way out there. Yeah.
You suppose we can come up with a nice Shakespearean name that hasn't been used for this new one here?
They'll find one somewhere.
A number have been proposed.
I see the number. It's another telephone number on the screen.
Yeah, no, but a number of names have been proposed for it, but the
Oh,
naming society hasn't acted on it yet.
And that number you see there, Ron, is S2025. That means satellite discovered in 2025. And U1 means the first one discovered in 2025 for Uranus.
Oh,
And Ron, today's an anniversary. Do you know what it is?
today is Monday, the 25th.
So what happened on the 25th of August in 2006? And Chuck, don't say anything.
Well, let's see, if it were 1946 or 45, it would be the bombs dropped over Japan. That's not what happened. Let's see.
No,
Disco arrived in the United. No, that's
disco.
Pluto was removed as a planet.
Oh,
well, that's why I'm trying to get Mike Brown as our next superstar next year.
Mhm. Good job. We'll look forward to that.
Caltech. He's not available because he's checking Vera Rubin telescope data for the first
Okay.
half of
That's a
2026.
lot to sift through.
He was up here a while ago and gave a talk.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
he's
I
available.
remember that.
We'll have him in about a year. Ah, VLA?
Yeah, this is VLA, the Very Large Array.
Mhm.
Now, this is a new technique for finding exoplanets, especially exoplanets that are big and they're not orbiting a sun. So, and if you read the talking points, you'll know that they can detect the emissions from the auroras around the poles on these giant planets, like bigger than Jupiter. The one they found this way and are tracking is 13 times the size of Jupiter.
Mhm.
Not big enough for it to become a star. It's a failed star, but it does put out infrared information. But they're tracking it with radio telescopes because of the emissions from the whoops.
are those up in Owens Valley, or is that another
No, it's New Mexico.
Yeah.
New Mexico? Okay.
Not far from Socorro,
Yeah,
Silver
Socorro.
City. Has
Owens
anybody
Valley
here
used-
seen them? Anybody here seen
Owens
them?
Valley oh, excuse me.
But brown dwarfs are always a gas giant, aren't they?
Yeah.
Most likely. Tom, you were trying to say
Oh, I
something?
was just going to say I saw them back in the 80s, the
Oh.
VLA coming down from the mountains, Silver City, New Mexico. It was just gorgeous. It's all those telescopes are on a plane, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
They
this,
used to have that in Owens Valley, and the only thing that remains now is the railroad tracks that they were on.
they
Oh,
took down the
there's
radio
3 of them.
telescopes.
Pardon?
They took down the radio telescopes.
Well, they took it on. They had a bunch of small ones that were,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Rolling.
10 meters or something.
Yeah.
And they were removed, and I've forgotten to whom they were sold or given, but
That's too
3
bad.
of them still there. But there's this long railroad track that they were originally on, that all of them are on.
Yeah.
The thing is, they use at Owens Valley is a very large array. It's a bunch of dipoles that go from, I guess, just above the FM band and up. And they've gotten a lot of very nice radio telescope images from them. There's 100 of those antennas, that roughly numbers.
Yeah.
But they all work together as one, right? They all are tuned, fine-tuned, tweaked to be on the same thing. They don't do different things and projects and look at they don't
Well, they
Right.
look at the same thing at the same time, and they have higher resolution. There, it's like a single mirror that is equal to the distance between the 2 farthest radio antennas.
Yeah. Then there's another group, Jerry, you know, up in Bernie Falls, near Bernie Falls.
Oh yeah.
That I got a really nice tour as a guest by a graduate student back in the early 90s, where I was just visiting. I was up camping at lava beds and places nearby. And a graduate student rolled by and roller skates and showed me the telescopes. Those are also on rails. So you can make them migrate to get different, focusing positions, different, wavelengths and whatnot.
Hey Tom, they could make a movie about that VLA and call it Scopes on a Plane.
It's pretty good.
I had a couple that was in my breakfast club on the radio whose son-in-law works at the Socorro VLA.
Yeah.
Comes home to visit him here every so often. I said, have him contact me because he's there running around. We'd have a great talk.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not a photograph generated by the VLA. This is an artist rendition of what that planet may look like.
Wow.
It represents the auroras up here from a strong magnetic field, and they estimate the strength of the magnetic field. Whoops. I just touched the screen and it all went away.
Oops. Gas giants aren't really totally gas, are they? They usually have a huge ball of rock in the middle, don't they?
No.
No. And we'll get
Well,
to
that's
that.
Yeah.
No,
The,
you can still have a magnetic field without solid rock or iron or
well,
metal.
you're jumping all over the place here. But they do have a solid core, but these generally do not have a sharp interface between one type of material and another. That is, it just gets thicker and soupier and as you get into it. And there is crystallinity in rocks, and they've speculated on what is at Jupiter's core in the form of crystalline hydrogen and superconducting hydrogen, because these things are all under extreme pressure, and so they calculate what the properties are like. And they come up with a lot of options, but so far no one's been there. So, but this is the aurora that the magnetic field generates, and this indicates a slight infrared radiation, like Jupiter radiates in the infrared under its own heat. So with this thing, it's 13 times the mass of Jupiter, but they discovered it from the radio signatures of these auroras.
Well, Mr. President, you said that they now classified that as a rogue planet.
I
What's the
just call
difference?
it a rogue planet. They call it a failed star or a dwarf planet.
Brown dwarf. Yeah.
Brown dwarf.
Yes, brown dwarf. That's what is in there.
But
Yeah. But
rogue planet,
you're always asking about planets without suns, that is rogue planets. So this qualifies, so I referred to it as a rogue planet.
well, are brown dwarfs often orbiting stars? Brown dwarfs. They
Yes and
actually
no. They're in both cases.
Yeah. I don't know the probability of it. It doesn't have to have a star, and it doesn't have to be without a star.
But
So
if it's a failed star, it's almost like it's sitting there in a dead area that could be its own stellar system and never happen. But it
Yes,
often,
it could.
yeah.
okay,
Could
Well,
have
look at
planets.
Herschel's Garnet.
okay.
That's a very red star.
So this one shows the constellation Pisces, and that's the constellation that planet is in.
Hmm.
I didn't find I got all ready to mark in here with a cursor, but I can't find the right ascension and declination of that planet. So this is an incomplete finder chart. But this is the part of the sky, it's midnight, and if you go there, you see all sorts of interesting things. M33, the Great Nebula and Triangulum, and right at the tippy top up here is M31, the Andromeda Galaxy. A lot of stuff rising at midnight. It's a nice place to point your scope.
And
Why do you
Saturn
say
is
that
back.
star
We
name
had it
down
at
there?
Kachuma.
Wait a minute, we have 3 people.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim.
How do you say that name down by M77? Is that in Cetus down there? Kefeldema? Kefeldema?
Kefaljimat. Kefaljimat.
Huh.
That's beyond my tongue.
I'd say Kefaljimat.
It's definitely Arabic.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm. Now, these red things are unlabeled asteroids, usually in the top 5 asteroids that they're numbered.
Sitting in the belt.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Tim, all Russia is the knot. That's where the fish are tied together by that ribbon. All Russia.
Mhm.
Huh.
Well, can you go back to this picture where it minimizes this and we see that middle thing that you're talking about looks like a flexible desk map or lamp.
This, oh,
Desk lamp. What
This
the
is-
hell is it?
this is called a circlet.
Oh,
And
okay.
this happens in a constellation.
Right. And they took out that one star that makes it kind of a circle.
Yeah.
I see.
Now, yeah, some people show it this way.
Hmm.
It's
They,
very dim, but it's there.
yeah. These red lines are not official. Different planetarium softwares show different lines. This planetarium software shows lines, too many lines usually from my experience.
But in this case, it left out the smaller fish.
Yeah.
Pins way up there toward M33.
Yes.
Mhm.
There's several fish there, huh?
Two fish tied with a ribbon. It's Pisces.
That's Pisces.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fish.
Fish.
Okay, two of them though.
Now, if you
Yeah,
look
one fish, Pisces, two fish,
Mhm.
Pisces.
Well, Gemini is two, but those aren't fish.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're
And
twins.
then there's another fish on the far right over there near where Jerry's cursor is. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, we love
Southern
them.
fish.
Hibiscus,
Northern fish.
Pisces.
Okay.
This
All
is
of these things in here have to do with water because this is called the watery sky. This is where when the sun was near this region of the sky, they had their rainy season in Sumeria
Oh,
thousands of years ago when these were made up.
Mhm.
Well, it's just too bad, Mr. President, you can't get all those cartoon characters that Chuck throws on the ceiling of the planetarium that
those are
represent
all
the-
different too. There's no accepted
Yeah.
pattern for that.
I know, but it would really confuse us if we had it on this picture.
Yeah.
Back in the 40s, Disney made a series of cartoons on different sports. And he made one about Goofy being a fisherman, wanting to do fishing.
Right?
And they talked about the constellation here, but they pronounced it Piscis,
Mhm.
Oh, no kidding.
which I've never used. I use Pisces.
Yeah. Latin's Pisces.
Yeah.
It's Latin, it's not Arabic, okay?
Okay, now this is an actual photograph of the planet we just looked at. This is an artist drawing of it. This is a James Webb photograph. James
Wow.
W. Webb.
The red one in the middle?
Yep, the red one in the middle. And this is its own light it's glowing by. So this
Jeez.
is in the infrared.
Really?
Yeah.
Does Jupiter do that?
Jupiter does
glow.
this too.
It does.
Yes.
Wow.
Just an aside, guys, that star that we were looking at, the Kefaljama, in Arabic, it translates out to part of the hand.
Okay.
Part of the hand.
Yeah, interesting. Anyway, enough.
So that's
Maybe
like Game of Thrones, the hand of the king.
Or maybe it's the astrology lifeline across the palm. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the whale, so
Yeah.
it must come from a smaller Arabic constellation
It's
that
a
was there.
pin. It's not a hand.
Yeah.
Other planetary mass objects, that is, things that do not have a sun but are out there. There are 4 of them listed. I didn't want you to think that the one we were looking at was the only one. And then this is called a T-type dwarf with detected radio emissions. These are those things also. So there's 5 of these and 4 of these types objects that are known.
And that T dwarf corresponds to the spectral classification because they added on to the OBA FGKM, and now they have like RNLT stuck on the end.
Are any of them orbiting stars or centers of their own?
These are not orbiting stars.
They're not orbiting. Well, I'm not saying orbiting stars. I'm saying orbiting objects like planets. Or are they all rogue?
I don't know the situation with respect to other bodies. I don't know if it's a whole solar system missing a sun, but I doubt that. These objects, I would speculate, might have a moon system like Jupiter has here.
What's the T mean in T dwarfs, do you suppose?
I just told you, Ron, T is the spectral classification. They added on to the OBA FGKM, and now they have RNLT on the end.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
On the cold side.
On the cold side.
Oh,
Now, that has no relation to T Corona Borealis.
No, that's a different thing.
Okay.
and our sun is a G-type star.
Right.
Oh, of course.
G25.
Everybody knows that.
The G2b. No.
I didn't.
G25, Jerry.
I didn't know it.
Bruce, do you have any comments?
No, I'm trying to look up the long range LWA array that we took at, I got it, the picture here, but at Owens
Okay.
Valley on the,
Oh dear. We'll
when
keep
was
working
it?
on it. Pluto's
Okay.
weird orbit.
This
Coming
is a
in
little
28th of
washed
June,
out.
2019.
Yeah, seriously.
We're going to unwash it right now, Mr. President. It does come inside Neptune's orbit, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Well, that's strange. Did the guy that discovered Pluto know that?
I don't think so. Not
Not
at
for a
first.
while. It turns
Okay.
out that, Percival Lowell calculated where to look roughly, but it was totally in error.
Yeah.
It's just kind of happenstance that Tombaugh found it.
Mhm.
And Tombaugh wasn't really an astrophysicist or anything, so
No.
he wouldn't have calculated the orbit.
Yeah.
Well, did Walt take it for Mickey's dog, or are they two separate things?
I didn't
They're
follow the
they're
question.
roughly contemporaneous.
I mean, why did Walt name Mickey's dog the same thing
Oh.
as?
Had
Did
to
he
call
think
him
it did?
something.
Yeah.
Was he?
I have no idea.
What was Mickey and Pluto? They came first, didn't they? Before Pluto was discovered?
Well, Pluto was
No,
1930, I think.
yeah, the planet was 1930. The cartoon character was about 1940, I think, or the late 30s.
Well, Steamboat Willie, I think, was silent, wasn't it? 20s? I don't know if he had a dog, but who knows?
He was whistling though, so
I didn't see a dog, so Pluto probably came later,
yeah.
for what it's worth. It's a
And
god,
Steamboat
isn't
Willie
it?
was a really stick figure version of the mouse.
That's true. You're right. Not the same, but Pluto's an ancient god of some sort, right?
The
Yes.
underworld.
No, oh, the underworld. Oh dear.
And when they discovered it, they put out a contest for people to name it, and a schoolgirl in England won for
Really?
suggesting Pluto because she said it's both a god of the underworld, so you can continue the tradition of the planetary names, but also the first two letters were for Percival Lowell, PL.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So he voted for that.
Yeah.
Far out. Neat.
So anyway, since Pluto, as you see down in the lower left,
It's not showing.
oh, you can't see it?
Mhm.
There it is.
Okay. So as you
It's
see
better.
down in the lower left, this is the ecliptic where all of our planets lie. And this is the tilted orbit of Pluto going around there. And here it's outside the orbit of Neptune, but in here it's inside the orbit of Neptune. Right here, but it's above the orbit of Neptune. And
Yeah.
they're synchronized by the three body gravitation effects so that they are in what's called a planetary or an orbital resonance between Neptune and Pluto. So this one can't be inside the orbit of Neptune if Neptune is around. Neptune has got to be down here, shown like this. So they always miss each other. They don't actually cross right here. They cross here. They cross in this plane here, which is about here. They don't cross in the Pluto doesn't cross the ecliptic till about down here.
But it doesn't cross the absolute path, the orbital path of Neptune.
No, they have no common point. They get close, they get closer, but they are in a coordinated dance. They will never hit each other. Out
So we can
the calculation, this is Bruce's field. Oh, I don't have the
we can sleep again. Thank God. I was
Yeah.
so worried about this.
But you see that picture on the right is where they hold the sun and Neptune as though they're constant, and you can see how Pluto's dancing around, but it never really comes close to Neptune.
But isn't it in the Kuiper belt?
Partially, yeah.
Partially? How much further past
Well,
Pluto?
trans-Neptunian objects past Neptune.
I know. And does it just sort of fade? And how
Yeah.
far out is it before it hits the Oort cloud, or does it?
It spreads out and becomes part of the Oort cloud. It's another fuzzy thing.
They're just full of rocks and pieces
Mostly
of ice.
ice. Mostly
Mostly
ice.
ice. Well, that's good.
Nitrogen ice.
Ooh, not CO2 ice, not dry ice.
Well, probably that too.
Oh, okay.
Water ice.
But the heart shape on Pluto is nitrogen ice.
Yeah, that's what. So it's like snow, but it's.
No, it's solid.
It's
I know, but it's
nitrogen.
solidified nitrogen that looks
Yeah.
like snow. Yeah,
Yeah, it
interesting.
covers up all the rocks that are underneath it. It looks smooth.
And then Pluto has two or three little moons, Charon or Charon,
5 moons.
5.
Charon is not a particularly little moon. I think it's about 2/3 of the size of Pluto.
Yeah. It's another sort of semi-double planet like us and our moon.
They orbit a common point between them.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's with
that's
all
interesting.
moons and planets.
When does a moon cease to be a moon and become a binary partner?
Yeah. They're going to argue about that.
So
Hey,
anyway,
Hey,
if you've ever taken a class in celestial mechanics and you think, ooh, orbit's good, there's a lot of frustration and a lot of hairy math involved in that, and you get some real weird effects. This pattern of Pluto's resonance with Neptune is an example of that. It's not simply a pattern like this. It rotates around and
huh.
get to things that have, let's see, I've got to get that. So things that have horseshoe orbits. That is, the orbit is actually shaped, if you look at it the right way, like a horseshoe. So it's things that are very small. The Earth is involved in these, and these are things that are very small, asteroids that show horseshoe orbits around the Earth. You're sort of flying in formation with the Earth. A broader definition includes several other objects. Whoops. Okay, is this on the screen?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so this shows a detailed gradients or this orbit.
Oh, well, all we have is a text right now.
Oh, no, there should be
To me, a horseshoe is like a circle with a piece missing, an arc cut out.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
That's because you're holding the Earth steady and following it, and you're looking at how the object appears to move around the Earth. But it's still orbiting the sun in an ellipse.
Retrograde?
Maybe,
Yeah, look
but
at the
not
way that
necessarily.
Mars appears in the night sky to us. It wiggles.
Okay,
It goes back and forth.
so the retrograde makes it turn around and go the other way.
No, Ron.
Well,
It just
doesn't.
looks that way from the Earth.
Oh, I understand it looks that
Okay.
way, but in the sky it seems to turn around, and that makes it a horseshoe.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you suppose the New Horizons that we sent out to Pluto hit it when it was inside Neptune's orbit, or it had to go the
No.
long route way out?
No, it was already past Neptune's orbit, but not a long way.
Not that long, huh? Okay. Wonder how much it varies, how many billions or millions of miles
Pretty elliptical.
from the inside, the closest to the sun, to the furthest out toward the Kuiper. Far out. Jerry,
yeah,
just curious.
I've locked myself out of my machine. I'm gonna have to shut the whole machine down and start back up and start this meeting again. So you guys can carry on about horseshoe orbits for about 3 minutes while I do that.
Oh no. Okay, well, please come back.
Yeah, I'll try.
In a
Yeah.
horseshoe.
We
The
just
tough-
never know what Tim Crawford's going to say.
Come back in a horseshoe orbit.
Yeah.
That's right.
The toughest
right.
part about horseshoe orbits is determining whether they're leaners or ringers.
Pretty good. That's a good one.
That's
Yep.
right. Close is only what did they say? It's not close is only in horseshoes or something like that.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah.
Atom bombs.
Did Jerry disappear, or are you frozen on
He's
stage?
frozen up.
Well, that's interesting.
Microsoft strikes again.
Well, I hate to say I'm glad that it happens to him too. I
Gotta
thought it was just
restart.
me. I'm not
It's
glad
folks
any
with
of this.
PCs.
So there are asteroids in horseshoe orbits. So, okay, asteroids are out in the belt. That's past Mars. And if Mars can do retrograde, certainly those asteroids can, can't they?
Apparently, yes. And they do.
Wow. Learn something new every week on this program. I just can't retain it.
You should
Yeah.
see some plots like that for comets coming in. They look like they're big spirals, big curlicues.
Hmm.
Because we're orbiting around the sun and they're coming slowly in. And so from our point of view, they just look like they're doing all kinds of fancy stuff in the sky.
One of the interesting thing about comets is there's always a comet every week in the sky, and there's always a meteor shower, which is based on a comet that came once before and is long gone. That's always in our sky, isn't there? We don't talk about them this week, I guess.
In the one image he had, Chuck, it looked like that the orbit was spiraling around
Yeah.
an orbit. And does that really
That's
happen, or is that just as it appears?
that's just as it appears.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Otherwise, it'd be really wild.
So for them, they're just it from their perspective, they're going in a straight line.
Well, they're going in an ellipse. Yeah, they're
In
in
an
an orbit
ellipse.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, but from our perspective, they're corkscrewing all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Are we still hearing stuff back from the New Horizon as it goes
Yeah.
deeper into space, just
Oh,
like the Voyagers?
Yeah. Yeah. And they were using it to study the background light, the extra light that you see um, that doesn't seem to come, they were trying to figure out how much background light there is in the universe, and they were using it to study that. But with the new extinction level budgets being proposed, they're going to shut it down.
wow.
Background light, is that like the microwave background?
Similar, but it's visible light, and they're trying to decide, what does it come from? Does it come from some kind of emission from interstellar gas, or does it come from distant stars, or what does it come from?
Boy, we could sure have a session on this screen about light someday. Every star out there is emanating light in all directions against each other and crossing